Hi guys, welcome back to SJ Sports. I'm here with my Van, and then we got a new person, Bibu. Welcome to the channel.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks for having me in.
Yeah, so there's no better place to start. Van, we start. The only place that we can start right now is United, obviously. After 3-1, was it? Yeah, 3-1 loss and at home against Brighton. We start with that one, and then continue to the Champions League yesterday. 4-3 defeat as well. So I'll start with Bibu first. Bibu, what do you make of the game? Both Brighton and the Champions League against Bayern.
I think with the Brighton game, we just started poor. The chances as well we had, we just couldn't. We should have finished that game in the first instant that we had that chance, and then killed the game. And we've got midfielders, Casemiro there, but the problem is you need someone that will just take charge and dictate the game. And I think for now that's what we lack as a team, Man United, because whenever we get scored first, they're all they're all over the place, and you've got no one that will control the game or dictate the game and said, look, calm down, and for the Bayern game, that's not what happened, because normally you will get people like Onana trying to dictate from the back, but there comes the error from him, and that I think threw everything away, because he was the one that lifted all the players at the back, even though they were trying to motivate him, but then that's where everyone started losing the concentration, and there you go, second goal within 4 minutes.
Mm.
So there's no one. I think we lack that leadership in on the pitch whilst we're losing, to try and take charge of the team and then lead the players. Just calm them down, and then restart, and think about what next. Even if you can't score, defend, and then until you have the opportunity to create chances. Yeah, but we didn't, and we struggled, and that was it.
Van?
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Thanks for having me again, Saul, and welcome, Bibu, as well. Yeah, so as you said, there's no better way to start but start with United, as we've been doing for the past couple of weeks.
Yeah,
I know
for the
we've
past
been
couple of weeks, right.
sent out attention, but yeah, it's football. At the minute, we're just struggling. Yeah, so with the Brighton game, I think we started really good. The first 15, 20 minutes, we were, putting them under pressure and creating chances. As people mentioned, obviously, at this level, you have to take your chances, especially against good teams like Brighton, to settle the nerves and control the game, especially when you're playing at home. I think Brighton, it was their first, proper counter attack where they scored one, and then after that, we just lost it. Um, at the beginning, in terms of formation and tactics, Ten Hag was, on the top against the Brighton's coach. But after the 20 minutes, as I said, after they scored, that was it. Brighton found us out, because um, everything they were trying to do was through the midfield, and they had that extra man um, dropping dropping deep. Their main striker, which was Welbeck, was dropping to the middle, picking up the spaces, and they were always, beating us from there. Um, I was sitting, at home watching the game, and I was just wondering whether, either Ten Hag or one of the coaching staff was not seeing what was happening, because things like this you need to readjust. I've always backed Ten Hag, and I'm always gonna back Ten Hag anyway. I think he needs time and all that, but I feel like on the Brighton game, he falls short. He was outclassed, out tactic. What's it called by Brighton's
Deserve it.
coach, Giuseppe. Yeah, yeah. So it was really poor, and obviously, I'm not sure whether is it the players that are not subscribing to his ways, or where is that gap? Because it's just frustrating. Like on paper, you can say that we have good players, but when it comes to the pitch, they just not seems to be giving it like 100%. And I can understand sometimes you get beaten and all that, but sometimes the body language of these players is just appalling. No tracking back, no, what I mean. It's just frustrating. The 3-man midfield in Bruno, Eriksen, and Casemiro is just not working, because it seems like Casemiro hasn't got the legs anymore that he was when he was in Real Madrid. Eriksen as well. There is a massive gap between our midfield and our defense. So when we get turnover, you can see there's always that gap. Because if you look at it, the last couple of games that we conceded goals in similar fashion, the team will run to the bar line and they will cut back, and there's always an extra man at the edge or in between the midfield and the defense to finish off or take the shot. Brighton did it like twice yesterday as well when we played Bayern. They scored similar goal. Not the first goal, but the second goal. It was kind of similar because he went to the bar line and they just dragged the ball back, and then the guy just come and finish it. So as I mentioned, there's a gap between the midfield and the defense, and it all filtered out to everyone on the pitch, because everyone needs to do their job, their responsibility. I know sometimes people go on in Anthony when he's playing, like he delays our counters and stuff. But Anthony is a hard worker in terms of tracking back, because he always helps out. He's defender, he's right back or left back. So in that sense, I think that needs sorting. The midfield, in my own opinion, I think our midfield is just shambles at the minute, and I don't know whether it's because we don't have the players fit to be doing the roles. Those to be playing in that position, but sometimes you gotta trust what you have and change it when it's not working. In terms of the Bayern game, obviously confidence is down. We got beaten by we got beaten by Brighton over the weekend, and we into this big game. Playing at the Allianz, it's never an easy game. Even if we were 100%, it was always going to be a tough game. I know, the mainstream media or other people like, opposition fans are, going on, about Man United losing to Bayern. We lost 4-3. Any day, if it was, Man U at their best and they went to Bayern and lost 4-3, everybody will be like, oh, that was, at least they were hard luck. It's like, kind of good result or whatever. It's not like we got smashed and all that with everything that's going through. Still, on that in the game, you could see, there were so many faults again in terms of the midfield and all that. But I can see a little bit of improvement from the Brighton game. Obviously, the mistake was done by Onana, and these things happen. It's his first season. He's a keeper that's playing from the back and everything. But the game used to make similar mistakes as well. Keepers do it. So, it's early days to start calling him out or whatever. It's gonna happen. Even the world best keepers, get scored goals like this. But that being said, I think our season is gonna start this weekend by beating Burnley. We really need to win that game. But for now, I'll just stop on that.
Yeah, like basically, I watched your game against Brighton. I didn't watch yesterday's game because I was more focused on my game. So I watched the Brighton one. It looks like you said, Dizavi was playing like. For me, it was like a training section, man. Because when I watched the game here, well, I couldn't believe how bad Man you were, to be honest. So I was like, you know what? Maybe he will change it second half. So I was looking at the manager here to change it. But I know, like, Brighton is not only United. They're difficult to play. Any team, I even said that to my other guy. I even said to Palms on the group. I said to him, any team that plays Brighton, you have to play well to match them, or they will beat you easily. Whether it's home or away, they will collect the points if you're not ready. So when I watch that game against you guys, it's like they outrun you guys, they outplay you guys, they outperform. I haven't seen nothing from United. All I can say is I think the only even this guy, what's it called? I thought like you played Casemiro and what's it called? Your other midfielder, the Scottish one, McTominay.
McTominay.
Yeah, so I was like, you know what? At least they will be compact. I think United started well. You started first, 15 to 20 minutes. You did well. After that, I think Disabi was telling his fullbacks to go high. So when Disabi told his fullbacks to go high, when they went high, that's where Brighton start controlling the game. I was watching the game. It's like you playing on the 18th or on the 16th. It's like adults playing on the 16th. It was a bad game, So I was like, you know what? I don't think these United fans are up for the fight. I don't know what's going on the training ground right now, to be honest. I think also the manager, I was a bit questionable with the manager as well because you were 3-1 down here at home. I don't know why would you take off this guy Højlund. Is it because of he just came from injury or whatever the case is? But if a player is not fit enough to start, yeah, I don't think it should be when you need in goals or when you go like when you 3-0 down at home. You should be able to bring on put like 2 strikers at this. But the only doubt I would give him is probably he's thinking the player just came in, so you need to he cannot play full 90. That's his maybe 4 start and all, and he's got like another big game in the midweek. So that's the only thing I can let him off. But that substitute that makes me think, what is he doing? Losing 3-0, 3-1 at home, and you bring in your main striker. I think Højlund was doing well. And the other thing I want to mention is Rashford. Why Rashford wants to get the headlines every week? Why can't you play as a team? Because I watch the game here, there's chances that he should be passing to Højlund. He tried to take a shot, and it doesn't. Those shots maybe go to the keeper or it goes up, it goes high or whatever. So I'm questioning Rashford as well. I don't think he's not in form anyway. Since at the beginning of the season, he's not playing like the Rashford that we know. That he had he scored against Arsenal, but let's be honest, he didn't turn up against Arsenal. He didn't play well, but he scores at least. So, and I'm looking at Bruno as well, your captain. When things are hard, you expect your captain to turn up. And I'm looking at Bruno. Yeah, I can't remember the last time Bruno had a turn up in a big game. Let's say a big game. Let's say against big top 6. When was the last time Bruno turned up as a captain? He's always hiding, So that's another question mark. But also, even Martinez is not even playing well either. But I can understand maybe there's no Varane alongside him. But Martinez has been suspect as well. The only player I'm looking at right now who's even trying is probably this guy. What's it called? The player that you signed from Tottenham for the past 2 games that I watched. Yeah, he's doing well, to be honest. He looks like he's hungry. He's ready to play for the football club. And I remember when you guys signed the manager, the fans were like, why were you signing players from Tottenham? This. I was saying the same thing. I was saying, why would you sign players from Tottenham? Or the player that already left to Tottenham? But look, he came in and he's proven that he deserves to start whatever the case is, And even Casemiro, I don't know Casemiro as well. Maybe the system is not helping him. He's a bit people go past him so easy. Maybe he's not up to the tempo like he was last season. I don't know what's good. There's so many things wrong in the club. But if players are not up for the fight, yeah, and they're not up for the speed, and they're not up for all, I think that one you have to question the manager. 100%. The manager needs to be nobody's saying the manager needs to be sacked. Obviously, nobody. I had some of these United fans that say, "Oh, he needs to be go." I lose faith on him. This. I think it's too early. He's in the 2nd season anyway. But I think decisions like that need to be questioned. To the man. And yesterday, I watched your game yesterday. Well, I didn't watch the full, but I watched the highlights, whatever. Actually, this Bayern side, I was even saying that to Pams this morning. He was like, "Oh, if you guys were in this group, you will not even pass this group." I'm like, "No, bro. If we play Bayern right now, I think we beat Bayern. We will beat Bayern right now. Because I don't think this Bayern money is great. I don't know if you guys agree with me or not. I don't think this Bayern money is a great. The years ago when we used to play Bayern, the team that they had years ago, the team that beat us 5-1, the team they have years ago, that team is far better than the team they have now. Look at their midfield. Their midfield, even Bayern, that's why Bayern, they wanted, what's it called? This boy, Paulinho from Fulham. They wanted Paulinho because their midfield is not good enough. Because this guy, Kimmich, I look at Kimmich like Casemiro, basically the same. He can't turn, can't run. He don't have the legs anymore. Same like Carrasco. Carrasco also don't have the legs anymore. So their midfield is not that top quality. That's why I said if they play any better side, they will beat you. I even said that I think United would beat this Bayern team before you played Brighton, because I would Bayern against Bayern Leverkusen away. Bayern Leverkusen dominate. They dominate them full 90, and they end up drawing the game 2-2. So this Bayern side is not great. I think you guys should have beat this Bayern side. But again, you guys are even struggling. So if you are struggling, how can you beat a team like Bayern that's struggling away from home at the Allianz Arena? You know? So I feel like it's a bit 1 minute, sorry. But you carry on. Let me add this guy.
Yeah, I know you mentioning that Bayern is not a great team. They are still, you know, they still have good players. On paper, I would even say, you know, they have better players in terms of on paper. You understand? But their team is not gelling at the minute. Don't forget they have made a couple of changes as well. You know what I mean? They have new players in and all that. But that being said, Man United are not playing good at the minute. So, and Bayern playing home. So Bayern can always Bayern can always turn up because obviously it's home game for them. Yes, you mentioned about Casemiro. You know, at the minute he's not playing great. Martinez, you know, and a couple of other players. Rashford, I think yesterday, as you can see, the goal that we scored, probably somebody had a word with him to start passing the ball. Because you have a striker now, you're not the main guy. You need to start passing the ball. Do you understand what I mean? It's not just him, it's most of our wingers when they play, they're just selfish. You know what I mean? So they need to get that right. But at the minute, you know, any team that's organized can beat Man United because it's just not working for us. You understand? But in terms of injuries as well, don't forget we have got about 9 players that can, you know, be in around the team that are not fit or not in the team because of some reason. You understand? That's why I said our season is actually starting this weekend. The reason why we have all these problems is not just, you know, one aspect or one thing. Preparation is very important. I'll take Arsenal as an example. I think I mentioned this to you last week or whatever. Arsenal had a good preseason. They signed their players early, you know, and from where they stopped last season, they tried to improve on that. Looking at Man United, where we finished last season, everyone was hopeful that this was going to be a big summer for us. You understand? In terms of signing players, you know, getting the right preseason and everything. But, bro, we haven't had the right preseason. We didn't sign the players in time. We didn't prioritize positions that we really needed last year. Example, I like Onana. Yeah, I like him, right? But if the board knew that we didn't have enough money to fill other important positions, why would you invest 50-60 million in Onana and let go of De Gea? I understand you try to, you know, bring a system and all that, and it will take time and all that. But sometimes you need to prioritize. This is the reason why it's very important to have a technical director or director of football, or whatever, who knows football, who can, you know, look into what we're trying to achieve in the future and stuff, not just the present. You understand? I can see some people are talking about Ten Hag, you know, being the one that is in charge of doing all the transfers and stuff. But he's human; he can make mistakes, and he's requested, you know, so many players as first choice to be signed by the United board. But did he get the right players that he wanted first? You know, all these things people need to take into factor. You understand? But I can understand the opposition fans, the media. All they're trying to do is, obviously he's not English. All they're trying to do is they need to get rid of Ten Hag. I can guarantee you 90% of Man United fans are not saying that because we know what he did for us last season. You understand? Arteta, as I mentioned last week, Arteta, first 2 seasons, he finished 8 positions, right? 8 consecutively, 8 positions. If you look at Arsenal's team, when Arteta took over, I think there's only 2 people that are left in that team right now as we speak.
2 players.
Yeah? Is it what's it called? Reece Nelson and Bukayo Saka or something like that.
It's probably 3. Reece
No,
Nelson.
there's more players.
No, starting. I'm on about starting, and don't bring in what's it called, the youth players as well. Don't bring in the youth players. I'm on about people.
Starting is just 2. It's Saka and
that's what I'm saying. Saka, Smith Rowe, and Reece. Reece was there, but he was injured at the time, so he was there.
Yeah,
Martinelli was there as well.
Okay, Reece don't start. Anyway. Yeah.
Martinelli came through. Martinelli came through the youth system.
Even Partey, Thomas Partey.
No, Partey wasn't there.
No, Partey wasn't there. Partey came year before.
Yeah.
Last
I'm about actual players that have been signed by Arsenal, not like that. Actual signed by Arsenal. I'm on about.
But one thing you're forgetting is
anyone. I don't think
Arteta has a better man management than Ten Hag. Do you know what I'm saying? When you have a player who's not up to scratch or he's struggling in terms of confidence, Arteta knows how to bring the best out of him and knows how to put an arm around the shoulders and say, listen, I believe in you. I want you to stay and I want you to carry this team forward. Look at Granit Xhaka, for example. With Ten Hag, in terms of doing that, he's way behind, because look at Sancho, for example. When he was at Dortmund, he was pulling trees. He was pulling out trees. And then all of a sudden, you want to come to the media and, bash him straight away, make everything public and put it out there, the dirty laundry. It doesn't work like that. Do you know what I'm saying?
No.
You're causing a divide in the fans.
Before you guys
go on, let me just make one point. In terms of you questioning his man management skills, you just bringing out Sancho, right? You know how many opportunities Ten Hag gave to Sancho? A professional that is being paid 350 grand a week, told to go on, to go and work on himself for 3 months, right? He's giving him enough chance. Sancho has a problem of discipline. This is not the first time. In Dortmund, he's been sent. He was once sent home for not turning up in training early. Southgate has mentioned this as well. This is why he doesn't get picked for England. The guy is not serious. He's been given ample opportunities many times. And Ten Hag is not the first manager to call out players at Man United. Mourinho did it with Luke Shaw. And what happened? It had a positive impact in Luke Shaw turning up and becoming one of the best left backs in the past couple of years. You understand? Ten Hag, he can manage people. Look at what he did in Ajax. But sometimes, you give these players opportunities upon opportunities, and it doesn't work. And another thing is, Ten Hag came in to bring back the culture of Man United in terms of the discipline and the respect. Because all the coaches that have been through Man United, even Cristiano Ronaldo mentioned that we lost that culture, we lost that respect. So Ten Hag came in to instill that discipline again. So he's gonna have issues with certain players who
before you even instill that.
But I disagree with you.
Before you go, I'm going to play the Sancho's clip. Just Antonio Ferdinand made a good comment, so I want to play that and then we'll listen to it and then we'll go ahead. Let me play that quickly.
Yourself.
Yeah, well said.
You can't put out a statement and then day later, 2 days later, or even a week later, you're in New York in a party. I just think it's something you just can't do. No. It takes away everything you've said in your statement. If you are going to make a statement, the next thing you do is you don't need to show people you're working hard. Just make sure you're doing it.
Yeah.
Just do the hard work, not just for yourself. So, but your peers, your players you're playing with go, flip, he's working hard. He is. We actually need him. There's no better feeling than your teammates going, we need him in our team. Yeah. There's no better feeling.
No.
Yeah. So
do you guys think it might be a culture of Man United's sort of like establishment where players are not hungry enough? They're getting paid way too much and they haven't got that hunger. Because if you look at certain teams like Chelsea as well, they've got that problem. They're buying players, handing out 8-year contracts on 200, 250, 300k a week, obviously, if the team's not doing well, if they haven't got a system, a DNA that's showing that this is what we do, this is who we are as a team, they're not going to be hungry enough to come out and play for the shirt, if you know what I mean. Like, they're just going to think, okay, every week I'm getting my money in the bank, that's enough for me. Whereas for my team, I believe, right, when Arteta came, fair enough, we finished 8th twice, and then we finished 5th. Just missed out on the Champions League. But you can see from the get-go, yeah, we had a DNA. You can see the style of football he was trying to instill into the team. When I watch Man United play, obviously I don't watch him week in, week out, but when I do watch him play, I don't see the style of football that's coming out from that camp. I can't tell you if they're counter-attacking, if they're low-block team, or if they're high-pressing team, or whatever. There's a glimpse of everything in between their games. And then you've got someone like Anthony, who you paid £85 million to bring to your team. He's got no end product whatsoever. He's doing unnecessary skills and showboating when you're in the middle of a game that you need points in a bag. Like, if that was Mikel Arteta, he's holding you off. He's not scared to take you off. Look at Nuno Tavares. He got hoyed off halfway between the halfway mark of the game because he's not doing as the manager's telling him to do. He's not doing as he's been instructed to do. So I feel like if that's what you're gonna do, if you're gonna instill discipline and you're gonna instill culture and stuff like that, you need to start from the pitch. That's where it starts from. You can't have a £85 million player turn up. You're playing a game that's very important. You're saying you're challenging. You want to go for the title. You're in a title race. You're 0-0 or you're 1-0 down, and you're showboating. That's not respecting the opposition and respecting your teammates. Because once you lose that ball, what happens? Bang! They score on the other end. So with all this culture business that you guys talk about,
this show is just 1 hour. Yeah, people go on.
What you've said, I totally agree. Most of the things you said, Sani. The trouble for me, the problem we've got is if Van is saying Ten Hag, yes, I get what he's trying to restore. But if you look at all the signings we've got, he went for that left back. He's not good enough. What did he say? Oh, I want a striker, I want a keeper, I want a midfielder. You understand? So you signing all this, you have to have a good game plan in place for these strikers. If that kid, now we've got a problem as well. If that kid, Manuel, is fit, where is he going to play? And who is he going to sacrifice? He's got so many things wrong that some Man United fans are not pointing out. The captaincy, for one, to begin with, it shouldn't have gone to Bruno. For me, because the guy is got, he cannot lift the players up when it's like in terms of difficulties. You need a player that will grip all the players, but good game or bad game, he will just grip them and said, "Come on, you have to get on with this game. We cannot lose. We cannot." I remember, when Evra and all of them started coming out and saying when they go to Anfield, you have to kill yourself on that pitch before you get out of that pitch. We don't have that. We're not hungry. You've mentioned all these players that we're paying. Yes, I understand all these players that we're paying. You've mentioned Anthony. You've mentioned Sancho. The problem I disagree with Sancho is, yes, he can have disciplinary problem. Yes, but look at all the managers that manage him in Dortmund. They lift him up. The teammates went around and said, "Look, you better than this. You good." They just gave them that confidence. Now for Ten Hag, yes, he's giving him 3 months off. Oh yeah, go on and just train yourself and strengthen yourself. Just come back and then you okay. He came back. Now Anthony has got more powers. That's why he's doing all the nonsense on the pitch, because they've given them that power that the manager said, "Oh yeah, I brought you from Ajax for a reason, and I pay you 85 million." And to be honest, there's no way Anthony is better than Sancho. That's the fact. If you look at the stats, and Anthony, how many counters is delayed. And Rashford is not also great either right now. He's not playing nothing. He's just playing. He's been selfish. We've got Garnacho as well. And Manchester, we look at our history when it comes to wingers. All the wingers we had, they were playing strikers. And but, you look at,
and the thing with Rashford is, because for so many years he's been your talisman. Yeah, he's the go-to guy for your team. So I think he's just used to having that on his shoulders, that if the game's not going too well for your team, it's upon me to take it on my shoulders and make something happen. And when you're in that mindset, it just automatically just comes on as like autopilot. So I don't necessarily think he's being selfish. He's trying to make things happen in the final third, if you know what I mean.
There's so many play. There's so many play you've seen that he should have just passed the ball. Even I think what was it before the Brighton game? What game was it? Arsenal. There was one when Højlund was running far ahead and he was running down the wing. It was just one touch pass and he could have finished the game, but he didn't. He took too many touches and then realized there's no way to pass, and then just decided to throw the pass.
To be on the headline. We were just moving on quickly because the show is just 1 hour. Let me see, Fox. What is your thoughts on the game, on the weekend and yesterday's one? Bayern Munich.
Anyway, good evening, everyone. I've been listening to all of you, and then I want to start with one important thing that has been highlighted by Van, like discipline. Because I think that is what is bringing the downfall of Manchester United, and then the discipline is not there. The discipline that exactly entail what the previous speakers, have just said. They are not hungry, because if you are disciplined enough and know the value of your badge and know the value of the money that they spend on you, you will definitely be hungry to win games. You will sacrifice everything possible to make sure that you worth that amount of pay scale you are on for that team. So in the times I pissed off when I look at my boys playing, I know a simple tackle can be made to win a ball. They will walk it like they're in a nightclub. A simple run and pass could be made. They think they are alone to be the headlines. They will not do any pass. They will be selfish, and then we're just gonna lose it. And then they will lose a ball. They will be walking us. No, they are playing waraga. They don't bother.
There's no hunger, no
fight. And then it gets to me. It gets to me 100%. And then sometimes I just say, you know what? Ten Hag is doing everything possible. But these stupid boys are making him to be a bad coach. These stupid boys are making Ten Hag's effort to be drained, to be useless. Me, I blame the coach sometimes, the formation, especially our midfield. When he's trying to bring Bruno, trying to bring Casemiro, trying to bring at the same time Eriksen. Eriksen is dead man walking in the field. Look at yesterday, the goal we conceded. It came from Eriksen. I complained that Eriksen will run, his hands will be by his sides like he's a military boy in a military barracks walking to go and command private soldiers. You think people Chapa. Well, you know what? Man United ball boy.
Before you go, Van made a good point here. Van said, why would you go and get that money and sign Onana when you probably need a midfielder? Yeah? I think you guys need two holding midfielders. I think Casemiro probably only this season. I think Casemiro is finished as well. Casemiro is finished.
Yeah, Casemiro is gone. Casemiro has only 3 bullets left in him, or 2, probably. It's gone. Onana is not a bad signing, but we could have other priorities. We could have maintained the hair in the meantime, or even our second goalkeepers, give them that game confidence, and then we sign for a good midfielder and a very good finisher.
Can I just make a quick point? I remember a couple of years ago, maybe a decade ago or so, Man United had midfield 3 of Darren Gibson, Darren Fletcher, and who was the third one?
Carrick.
I think it was Michael Carrick, yeah. And those guys, they weren't
Michael Carrick.
They weren't exactly the fastest players. They didn't have legs, but it was the professionalism of the manager and the culture of the manager and his ideas, his DNA, his style of play, you came across that Man United team, yeah? Like Bibu said, they will leave everything on that pitch before they come off. They work their socks off. So I don't think it's fair for you lot to blame the players. It's about the professionalism of that manager. Because if you look at the Ronaldo situation, how it was handled, there's a lot that's been stemmed down from that. And then you look at Sancho, and then you look at Rashford, and then you look at Anthony. There's too much going on in the background that is not showing to light. And to be quite honest, your club is in turmoil from board level down to the pitch, because you can't just say it's the players' issue. There's issues with the managers. There's issues with the board. Like you said, why would you spend 60 odd million on a goalkeeper when you need other positions in field that you need to sort out before even replacing your goalkeeper? De Gea, fair enough, he was coming to the end of his career, but he was still a good shot stopper. He was still doing a good job for you guys. Remember, he won Golden Glove last season. He just won the Golden Glove of the Premier League last season, and you've just turned around and got rid of him and bring in Onana when you haven't sorted out that in play, your midfield.
But who was the one that
it's not just players, it's everything.
But who was the one that pushed for that? Who was the one that pushed for that move to happen?
It was the manager, yeah.
Well, that's the thing. If we're not calling out our managers, for me, I'm not happy with Ten Hag because some of the stuff. Okay, I get when people say about the Ronaldo situation is handled well, all this. Disagree with them because if you are getting rid of a striker and then using Weghorst as a striker,
you're making noise, man. Can you move?
That doesn't make sense. He's now pushed for Anthony. The reason why he's not going to bench Anthony for Sancho, and we all know because he got it from Ajax. Listen, anyone can play in Ajax, and you know, but Man United is totally a different team. It's bigger than Ajax, so you cannot just all bring all this Ajax. Even we wanted Timber to be and say, oh yeah, we bring in all these Ajax players. We don't need that. What we need, and also yes, like you said, from the board. From the owners all the way down the board, the sporting director, everyone got it wrong. And hence the reason why we are struggling now. And for now, what we have to utilize what we've got until January. And January is another case. The reason why we didn't have Harry Kane, we have a club that gets like 600 to 700 million on revenue. And you're telling me like well, yeah, we because of this COVID constraint we were struggling on this and that. They didn't prioritize the players they needed. Like Van mentioned, we should have prioritized what we needed.
I like that word. I like that word, prioritization. I like that word, Devo. That's what happened. But also the discipline from the players matters here. You were trying to tell me that it's about the way the coach or blah. No, I understand. I was listening to one thing. They said one player from Bayern Munich called Alphonso Davies. They said the coach hardly speak to Alphonso Davies because he got that mentality, he got that discipline. He will work himself out. He will prepare before the game. He will come. He will dance, and then he will come exactly and deliver. These are the kind of players we need, man. These players, we should take them to the stadium and kick.
You know, he got it wrong on the captaincy as well. Because Bruno cannot lift anyone. Bruno is there just mourning. He mourns. He mourns on the pitch.
He's the worst. Bruno is the worst. He's the worst. He's the worst.
I understand that. I think matter of fact, Bruno needs what's it called? And he needs competition. But apart from Bruno, who would
Well, don't buy Bruno the Tuswai. Bruno is not. Don't buy Bruno the Tuswai. Let me not speak all of here. Bruno is nothing like. How would I say that in English?
No.
Bruno is.
I don't disagree, but I'm asking Bibu, who would you have given the captain?
Casemiro is there. Casemiro, I would give it to Casemiro. It doesn't matter.
Even Eriksen is better than Bruno. Eriksen is better than Bruno.
The language barrier.
Okay. De Gea was there before he left.
But De Gea left. I'm on about right now.
Martinez.
Martinez obviously is the same. It's because of the language barrier.
So give it to Maguire.
You know the reason why. You know the reason why Bruno edged it, because he's available 95% of the time. Right?
Yes, that's right.
You know, Solskjaer came out saying, he before he gave the captaincy to Maguire, he asked a couple of players and they turned it down.
Rejected. Yeah.
If I knew those players as a manager, I would get rid of them. This is why people don't understand what's going in the club. People don't see what they can only see what the media is bringing out and everything. But that club is rotten to the core.
Do you know what? What you said, facts, is very true, yeah, because we had the same culture at Arsenal where we would lose a game and we had Aubameyang, Pepe, Lacazette dancing in the change room, having a laugh, joking about what happened to them.
It's sad.
Okay. Saying why did Arteta not, he's a man, man manager and everything. Why did Arteta not put an arm round what's it called, Aubameyang, and bring the best out of him and all that? Because he was your best player at the time when he was getting rid of him. Why?
He did. Arteta handed Aubameyang the captaincy. Remember that? He handed him the captaincy and put his arm around him and told him, Aubameyang, you're my talisman. You're the main guy.
What happened? What happened?
What happened? He won us. He won a Golden Boot. Won us the FA Cup, and he was firing on all fronts, even though the team was in turmoil.
And what about the last couple of months before he got rid of him?
Because just like you said, it got to the point where there was time to make a choice between the team or between the team and the player, and he made sure the team came first because there's no player bigger than the club. So
in the same light, when Ten Hag is trying to discipline Sancho, you're telling me that Ten Hag should be a better man manager, and he has given Sancho ample opportunities to get it right. You guys are playing double standards here, man.
No, it's not double standards.
I think it's different because Arteta, he didn't go to the media and call out Aubameyang. He did it like privately, right?
He didn't call him out though. He was asked a question. Where is
he didn't call him out like.
And where's Sancho? He was asked a question. He didn't say Sancho randomly. He was asked why weren't Scott McTominay and Sancho not in the squad. He said McTominay's ill. Sancho didn't train well. What's the problem? You didn't train well.
You don't do that as a manager. You don't do that as a manager. We've seen it plenty of times.
You don't say the truth as a manager. Is that what you say?
No.
No, because okay, you go.
The thing is, yeah, there's been so many incidents here. There's been so many incidents between player and manager. Yeah, you keep that in house. You don't fuel it up into the media because what happens? It becomes a wildfire. If you light something up in the forest and it catches fire, everything just lights up like that. So you don't give the media the fuel to burn your team down. Yeah, because once you do that, you're creating division between the fan base and your changing room, your dressing room.
Yeah, but when Pep does it, it's fine because Pep turn around and call Phillips fat. Mourinho called Shaw fat, right?
Yeah.
Pep did it with Cancelo as well when he was playing he was even arguably the best right back in the Prem. But when Pep does it or other managers do it, it's fine. But when he's been asked a genuine question and he answered genuinely saying he didn't train well, people blow it out of proportion. That's saying he's calling Sancho out. Because it's English.
I think the difference with Pep. I think the difference if Pep call out a player, yeah, if he's got problem with a player, Pep can afford it. He go the lottery, he can sell the player and get another player in. Or with United and other teams is different. If you have problem with the player, if you can't solve the problem, then if the player left
Sancho. So Sancho is not his player. People forgetting he didn't sign Sancho. Maybe he don't want
it. That's where everything lies because he doesn't want Sancho. Okay, he met Sancho there, and the problem here is this has been going on and on because Sancho must have felt. Look, I'm not getting why because he brought this guy in, and this is where people. I want Manchester United fans to know this because they're not looking, just taking a look and just think, okay. Why is Sancho reacting this way? This has been happening in training everywhere. He's done everything that he did. Listen, we played him as a false nine in the preseason. He played more than any Manchester United player, bar from Wan-Bissaka. So if he's not getting chance and then Antonio is not playing well, but he's just trying to justify the fact that he brought the player in and then signed him. You can sign a player and it doesn't work well. Look at Van der Beek. Van der Beek was his player, but now he doesn't like him. It's the same way.
Have you seen how many times? Have you seen the stats for Sancho? How many times he played for United? You know, Sancho. Ten Hag just came last season. Sancho has been here how long?
But he
before Ten Hag has Sancho gave us four straight games like firing and stuff.
The guy is not settled. You cannot expect. No. You cannot. Okay. Yeah. Okay. How many managers did we have? How many managers did we have?
What were you saying that?
How many managers? How many managers did we have? You cannot punish Sancho.
Boy, people settle back and Nyata and settle. Ben player settle.
No. There's the problem.
Because Bibu has a point as well. Bibu has a point because you know what it is, yeah. When players come to United, how can you come? Like if you go to a workplace and the manager's fighting the director, no one is settled, yeah? I get that. But Sancho, he missed his chance. His chance is not this season. His chance was when he went away to Amsterdam for 3 months. And keep in mind, how many managers will send a player mid-season or just go away, get your head right, come back, and I'll play you? If that was Mourinho, yeah, he's calling him out in the media right then and there, yeah? Ten Hag told him, go away, sort your mind out, sort yourself out, come back. And if you guys remember Van, and remember that game he came back and Ten Hag was proper smiling, he subbed him on, and then Sancho changed his profile pic with him and Ten Hag on Instagram. Yeah, he gave him a chance, and from that 3 months onwards, this guy had chance after chance after chance. He comes on. The reason why Anthony plays is not because he's better than Sancho, but Anthony works hard. He plays like he wants to be. Sancho don't do nothing off. If you're not going to give me something on the ball, at least do something off the ball. This guy walks around like he's been a millionaire since he was a teenager. He's not hungry. He doesn't care about look at
my point, boy.
Yesterday we were playing yesterday, and this guy was on FIFA. Like online on FIFA, playing FIFA. How that's just unnecessary. Like, why would you do that?
Yeah, but come on,
and put yourself online. Come on, man. No. But listen to not on game night. Not on game night. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's bad, but you know how the media will take it.
Yeah, but Modu, listen to this 2 seconds.
It's rude. It's rude.
Cristiano Ronaldo, for example, yeah. Before Ten Hag came in, yeah, he was the top scorer for your team, right? And bear in mind, he's 37. He was 37 at the time.
Yeah.
Top goal scorer in your team. What happened when Ten Hag came? Straight away, he dropped him for no reason. You're losing 6-3. You're losing 6-3 at Man City. You're losing 6-3 at Man City, yeah? You've got a profile like Cristiano Ronaldo, who's all-time scorer for, in the Champions League and all of that stuff, yeah? He's a proven goal scorer in many different leagues. You're losing 6-3 at Man City. You say you don't want to bring him on because you're disrespecting him. Then you do the complete opposite. At a different time, you're losing, I think it was to Tottenham. You're losing to Tottenham, and he brought him on like 4 or 5 minutes to go. It's the guy. He's got an egotistic problem himself.
No, like, the Cristiano Ronaldo thing, yeah? You see the Cristiano Ronaldo, people don't realize that he missed pre-season that season. Yeah? It wasn't because Ten Hag dropped him just because he wanted to drop him. Cristiano Ronaldo, his child passed away during his daughter was in hospital because they were twins. I think one of them passed away and the other one was struggling. Yeah? So he spent the whole summer in Portugal. He was training, but it was like individual training. So he didn't even fly to America. So with Ten Hag, he's a man of principle. He doesn't care if you're a star or not. You have to be fit. So he wasn't fit. So he dropped him the first game, few other games, and he was saying, they were asking him in the media, and he was saying, yeah, the guy's not fit yet. He needs to get up to standards. So that was the reason. And by the way, the team was playing well. That was the match before City, few matches before City. That's when we beat Liverpool, and then we went on a winning run. So he's saying, it's a winning team. I'm not going to put you in straight away just because you're Ronaldo. Do you know what I mean? So that's where Ronaldo, he couldn't take it. And he's like, okay, I'm not going to come on. Do you know what I mean?
No, I don't think.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you if that was Pep? if that was Pep, yeah, and I'll ask you this three managers. If that was Pep, Ancelotti, Mourinho, would you think they will drop them?
Mourinho wouldn't. Mourinho wouldn't.
Of course. Pep wouldn't. Pep even made it. No. Pep wouldn't. Pep even made it clear. He said he even told the City players, if Messi Messi is the only one that wouldn't get soft. And you know, when some players, you have to respect their statue. You have to respect them. It doesn't matter how big you are as a manager. You have to also, give them that credit that they are good. He didn't believe.
Remember the guy.
He didn't believe. I agree with you. He didn't believe Cristiano in the first place. He said, "Oh yeah, he's making up. He didn't want to turn up for Finger because he wanted to leave, but he didn't want to leave."
No, he did want to leave.
Ten Hag disrespected Ronaldo. Ten Hag disrespected Ronaldo. I am still upset with that. But still, I cannot keep up with that. He disrespected Ronaldo in front of the wall, and I'm not liking that. That's true, Diego. I agree with you.
The same with De Gea as well. The same with De Gea. He's a loyal servant of Man United.
Yes, exactly. True.
Yeah.
How we handle
Mason Greenwood.
Okay, I get that.
It's not
Sini, I get that, yeah. But what do you want him to do? De Gea literally cost us, yeah, that final. So what do you? So he was planning to give De Gea a contract, yeah. But after that final, he went and talked about it. He's like, "Yo, honestly, I think I need to change this guy." He changed his mind. But then this is the thing: the club didn't prepare as well. I know that's on Ten Hag, but the club didn't prepare as well. Yep. Because then he's like, "Yo, I need a goalkeeper." What do you want him to do? Because at the end of the day, it's his job. If he started next season and De Gea is still making clangers, we're not being able to play out from the back. The pressure is back on him. So he at least has to die on his own decisions. That's what every good manager does. You have to make whether fans like it or not, you have to make your own decision and die on it. So we have to wait and see.
Yeah,
because for me, Onana,
as a rival fan, they'll be like, "What do you make of it, United?" And they will do our predictions for the weekend.
Nah, the United fans have said everything. Pamodu, Van, and Bibu, facts of theirs. No, to be honest, I can't say a lot about the game because I didn't watch United's game last night, but I watched about 45 minutes against Brighton. But apart from that, you guys, I can't say any more about what you guys said about United. At the moment, there is just too many issues going on in that club that need sorting out. If you're talking about the playing squad, obviously, they need players to come back. They got so many players who are out injured. Maybe that would help. And then they got players out for different reasons. Like you guys talked about the Sancho issue, Anthony issue as well. So with Casemiro in there as well, everybody is talking about him not having a good game. Yeah, he's aging. He doesn't have the legs anymore. But remember, when he was at Real Madrid, somebody will always do the ball recovery for him. He's one of them players that can sweep the ball left, right, center, 60, 70 yards passes. He's still quality on the ball. But if you don't have the legs, you need somebody to do the ball recovery. You just stay there, like what Modric is doing at Real Madrid now. He just stay there. The young players with the legs will do the job. Give him the ball. He will do his thing. So maybe if Arabat is back after injury, you never know. You could see a different Man United. But yeah, their situation as a rival fan, I do like it though. What's going on in that club though, because we suffered a lot during Asset.
But you see, you made a very good point about Amrabat. Yeah. You know how I mentioned about the professionalism of the club itself. How many players have they bought this season that have come in with injuries as well? How did they pass their medicals? That's also another major question.
You know, these medicals can go either way. They will come in, they will look at your general body. Sometimes they will look at the injuries and realize that it's not a long-term injury. Then they will get you to pass. Some of them do that. Then you know that you have to wait. You remember when Arsene Wenger signed that Swedish defender from somewhere in Moscow, and he came with a midfielder. You remember? And the guy wasn't fit for like 2 months. So with the Arabat situation, I don't know whether he was injured at preseason or he was injured before the last.
He got injured when he went to international break.
Boy, now the medical is just like MOT. You go to the NAR, they pass you, finish. That's the only thing.
No, wait.
No, he actually when he didn't have a preseason, but he was selected for Morocco to go and play in the international break. He trained, and then that's when he realized that he got like a little back injury. But he's back training.
But not just that. It looks like you guys, your injury situation in the club is getting worse by the day.
No,
100%. What about Rasmus Højlund?
4 or 5 games in the season, players are pulling up with hamstring. Bro, you're not even playing 2-3 games a week. That's something else, you know. I know. I remember years ago it used to happen to Arsenal. Sometimes I keep wondering what's going on in the training ground, because every other day there's a player out with knee injury, ankle injury here and there. But you guys, too many muscle injuries, and we happen to. It's just this past.
Bro, is that medical guy we bought from Arsenal, man? That medical guy.
He hasn't come in yet. He hasn't come in yet. He hasn't come in yet. He's still at Arsenal.
It's him, bro.
But anyway, the topic is all about United fans. We couldn't even have chance to talk about Chelsea, Arsenal, and all. So now we're gonna move on. Now we're gonna just do our predictions for the upcoming weekend, and then hopefully the next show, what we're gonna do, we're gonna try and create at least 2 shows in a week. Then we can cover up other teams. If not, because United's drama is a lot. It's a lot of things we have to, you know. It's not gonna be fair for other teams. You know? So I'll do that.
One thing I would just say, just remember, now we're taking the hit. When things flip,
no,
make sure you have the same energy, yeah.
I'm always
saying now you guys are Banter FC right now. We were Banter FC. We were Banter FC for 18 years. Banter FC.
I'm telling you, man, we suffered in the streets, man.
We took it and we wore it well. So you guys are gonna wear it well this time.
Well, yeah, I'll start with them.
This generation of Man United fans will suffer, man, because they grow up under Fergie. They used to see Fergie winning trophies, so they never been into this position. So this law, we can give them heart attack. Trust me.
And you know what? I just wanted to say something here. I watched a Fergie interview the other week, and he mentioned one thing that's very important. He said he won the treble, yeah, but he's never achieved what Arsene Wenger has achieved, and that's the one golden Premier League unbeaten. So you
said that before. You said that in a group.
So you lot should put respect on that achievement, because Man City tried.
We heard you before, man.
I just want you lot to put respect on that.
We need to move on anyway. Let's do our predictions, and then So we'll start. Van, Fulham versus Crystal Palace, inside Palace. What's your prediction score?
I'll go for a draw. I think Fulham has been good, but they're not scoring much goals. I'll go for a draw. 1-1.
Bibu?
2-1 to Fulham.
2-1 to Fulham. Okay. Ibrahim?
I'll go for 1-1 as well.
1-0 to Crystal Palace.
1-0 to Palace.
I think I'm gonna go 2-1 Palace.
2-1 Palace.
2-1 Palace. Yeah.
I'll go for a draw as well. I think it's a London derby, so it's gonna be a hard game. Yeah, the other one, 3 o'clock kickoff, Luton versus Wolf. Wolf is going away to Luton. But
Luton.
Two teams are struggling, you know. But I can see Wolf, grabbing their first win. 2-0 to Wolf.
2-0 to Wolf.
1-0. Because Luton are struggling though. They're struggling, but I think at home they'll probably try to prove a point now. It's enough. Enough is enough. But 1-0 to Wolves.
1-0 to Wolves.
I go for 0-0. They're both struggling to score goals. 0-0.
Facts.
3-0 to Wolves. Luton. 3-0 to Wolves.
I'm gonna go 2-0 to Wolves.
2-0 to Wolves.
Yeah, bro, I think honestly, if you give us like a 2-month training camp, and put us with the Warsaw team, I think we can beat Luton, bro. Honestly, so I say Wolves like 1-0.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Wolves as well. I'm gonna go Wolves 1-0 as well. The next one is 3 o'clock of Man City. Nottingham Forest away to Man City.
Man City 3-1.
Yeah, I think I've got that probably 4-0 or 4-1.
Yeah.
3-0 City.
6-1.
Hey.
Man City wreck.
I'm gonna go for another 1-1 draw. I think Forest are gonna do a low block again.
Wow.
They're gonna drop 2 points.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah, bro. Like City all day, man. They look dangerous. 3-1.
I'll go for 2-1 today. Next one, Brentford. Everton to go away to Brentford. 5:30 kickoff.
Everton, Brentford. I'll go for Everton win 2-1. I think Everton really did well against Arsenal, but obviously
I'm not gonna. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I've got the same 2-1 Everton. Everton are coming. You know, they're settling. They had problems with them. Well, with the balancing on the midfield, but I think 2-1. Yeah.
2-1.
2-0 Brentford.
Fox.
2-1 for Brentford.
3-1 Brentford.
2-0 Brentford.
Yeah, I'll go 2-0. I'll go 3-1 Brentford. I think Brentford will win the easily. Everton is no good. Anyway, the last one, Saturday night, 8 o'clock. Man U away to Burnley. Man U cannot win this game. Why? If you don't beat this Burnley side, then I don't know.
Alka, look, don't be disrespectful. You are a presenter, you know what I'm saying? Just tell us your bloody mind and don't try to judge this fucking. Boy, no, it ain't about that boy. With that name, boy, if you play and you're going to back.
Good.
I want to see Arsenal down, boy, so that I can have my mouth. My mouth has been eaten, but Arsenal is winning. Boy, I want to see Arsenal down, boy. With that one light lie, boy. Yeah.
No, but Alka, you are very subjective. Sometimes you just have to let people decide. Don't just as a presenter.
Don't just be lie as a presenter, man. Huh?
No,
you just have to say.
I'm not allowed my opinion.
No, your opinion doesn't matter here. Your opinion matter with you, boy. You are in the fee. You know
that one that kills me. You know that one that kills me when he says, "I'm really worried about Man United." I'm like, deep down, you don't worry about us, bro. You don't like us. Why you mean you worry about United? You worry about United.
Van, let's go. Burnley.
I think as I mentioned at the start of the show, I think this is gonna be our start of the season. 3-0 to United. I think we're gonna start, kick our season up from this. 3-0.
I reckon 2-1 will edge it. 2-1. United.
Right to get back into the game twice. You talked about those penalties. It was one of those where you're actually saying
Go on, Fox.
4-1.
Wow.
We are coming with fire. Fire. The 4-1 be if we get 4-1. Get ready for me, Arsenal.
Really?
I think it's gonna be a draw, I think it's gonna be 2-0 because Burnley
we're seeing more new bad boys.
Burnley are playing some real good football, man, honestly.
I think we'll win, but we'll concede. I'll say 3-1 because we're pissed off. The guys are pissed off. Like I think we're gonna drum them because Burnley they're good enough for the championship, but not Premier League. I think they're gonna get relegated.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for Man U to the own goal because I don't believe Man U will score. Let's go on goal. I'm with you, so I'll go 1-0 Man U with the own goal. Anyway,
Ebola, I think I'm doing no more to yeah. No, next week do Manyo. Next week do Manyo.
So we move on to Super Sunday. Arsenal. Tottenham away to Arsenal. Not that. I'll start with Van.
Well, who's playing home? Arsenal.
Yeah,
Arsenal.
I'll go for a 2-2 draw.
That's exactly, bro.
I think I'll go for 0-0.
I remember the last time nil happened in a North London derby.
Yeah, but this is gonna be because I reckon Tottenham will just lock it.
Alka, why are you defending? Is this opinion?
He reckons they're gonna score. We'll see.
Okay,
3-0 Arsenal.
2-1.
2-1.
Tottenham, they would hammer you 2-1.
All right, you don't believe it anyway.
No, I believe it. Song is there.
You don't believe it, man. You don't believe that. Come on.
He's been there for years. Hey, sorry. Say it.
You know, last season, yeah, Tottenham were unbeaten, Arsenal were unbeaten. They came to the Emirates and we beat them 3-1. So I'm going for another 3-1.
Yeah, so you know what, yeah? I think Tottenham, they improved from last season. And for me, Arsenal, they're not the same as last season.
Exactly my point.
But I think it'll be a draw, but high scoring. Maybe I'll say 2-2.
2-2.
Yeah.
You should have said 2-1.
Papa, when you say Arsenal are not like last season, what do you mean by that?
Okay, so when I watch you guys last season, yeah, and I know, and I think I know what it is. It's because you took out Xhaka and Partey is not playing right now, so you were more fluid. This season,
allow the man to talk, man.
Yeah. So last season you were more fluid because what you were doing was what Xhaka and Partey did was they were punching the ball like through the lines. But this season I'm seeing a lot of like sideways passes, sideways, back passes. So I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed with Arsenal.
Let me tell you one thing. You lot don't watch Arsenal week in, week out. Yeah, so you're not gonna see our style of play. How fluid we are.
Do you think you're playing the same as last season?
Now we've started slow. We've started slow.
No. Compared to last season.
We started slow.
Compared to last season.
Answer it.
You guys are not playing like last season.
No. You know what you guys need to understand. Let me come in quickly, yeah. Okay, I get what Pam is saying. He's right. Maybe we're not moving. We know like playing. We used to play like quick, but we scored the goals. And this season we're controlling the games more than last season. You get it? Last season we can't score and then we concede. Or we go away from home, we score, we dominate the game. Last season we concede, our head drop. This season we're not playing that fluid football. We're just taking our time. Similar to like Pep Guardiola's system. I'm not saying we're playing the same football, but similar. Pep Guardiola control the game. He still control when they play position based. So that's what we're trying to do this time. We all our energy, and the second half of the season we come like.
Okay, Alka, what position are you? What position are you right now?
We're in fourth.
Alka.
Fourth position, yeah?
These guys don't watch.
May you remain in fourth.
These guys don't watch Arsenal week in, week out, yeah?
Okay, Sammy, have you watched your game against us?
I seen it, yes.
There you go. So if you watch that game, you've read that game very well. You've read the game, yeah?
Yeah.
And you realize we scored, and then we switched off, and then you scored again. That's when we all lost it, yeah?
Yeah.
But if it was different, it's totally different. So hence the reason why I said this is. Listen, United, but anyone.
Bibu. Come on.
The one thing you don't realize is
you guys compared to last season, the way you're playing now is totally different, and people
let me make a point. Yeah, the difference between this season and last season is the respect we're getting from teams. How many teams come to the Emirates or we go to their home ground and they come out to play? How many teams? The only two teams that have done it. The only two teams that have done it this season is Man City and PSV last night. Those are the only two teams that don't come out to play. Every single team, including Man United, every man behind the ball, low block. And we just control the game, and then we just have to break you guys down. And they hope to beat us.
No, Sally. No, Man United played you last season and they beat you, man.
This is the thing. Historically, Man United versus Arsenal games, United always let Arsenal have the ball. That's historic. You can go look at it.
But we played them.
I'm not saying about Man United alone. I'm just saying every single team respect that Arsenal is receiving from every single team that come to play us is different from last season and this season. That's why we're finding it difficult.
Yeah, but the question is simple.
I don't think Tottenham will sit back. I don't think Tottenham will sit back. I don't think Liverpool will sit back.
Let me tell you.
Hold on.
Last season, when Liverpool and Tottenham came to our ground and we went to their ground, they didn't sit back. What happened? It was a high-scoring game. Fair enough. We started off against Liverpool.
Two teams that had bad seasons, by the way, last season. Two teams, both of them teams.
Bang, 20 minutes, we were 2-0 up until we let the lead go. But if you start any team that starts against Arsenal like that, toe for toe, apart from Man City, you're gonna get it. You're gonna get smoked. Let's face it. You see the formation we play. We play when we've got the ball. When we've got the ball, we play 3-2-6. Yeah, we overload that midfield. If you come to play us toe to toe, you're gonna get done in the midfield, and then our wingers, Pico Martinelli and Saka, on the wings, you're gonna get done. It's as simple as that. I think
if you play teams like Villa, teams that have fast wingers, like they'll just do what they did last season. They'll start to target Zinchenko. So obviously, not every team's gonna come out toe to toe. You have to have a game plan.
Well, if you don't understand, if you target Zinchenko, we can change. We can change our.
What happened when they target Zinchenko? They target Zinchenko, and we end up.
There's so many ways this year.
It's the risk.
We don't have enough time, yeah. We'll continue our
But the simple question is, for you Arsenal fans, do you think, I know it's 5 games or whatever like in the season, but do you reckon, from judging from these 5 games, do you reckon you guys are playing better than you played last season? This is
yes. Let me answer that.
Yes and no. Yes and no. Yes and no.
Better than last season. Yes.
No, but it's a simple question. That's what I'm asking.
Yes and no.
Let me answer that. Let me answer that. Van, you don't expect a team to be predictable like we were last season. That's practically impossible. That's where Arteta came in this year, tried to change the whole setup, the whole way of Arsenal, the way they were playing. Because if you look at last season, we were very predictable. You will know exactly what we're gonna do when we have the ball, what we're not gonna do when without the ball. Everything was so predictable. But this year we have an outlet in Kai Havertz. We can use him as an outlet if we wanna go long. Yeah, but that's your opinion. You can say your.
No, you know why? You know why?
No, let me finish. We are this season. We are more solid defensively because we can use Rice as a number 6. And if you look at last year, anytime we miss Partey, it's a struggle. Have you guys seen that as a fan? Forget about loyalty with teams that we support. But have you guys realized that as well? How we are playing without the ball and how we playing with the ball in terms of attacking teams that are playing like what just said. Teams will come in. If both home and away, teams will use a low block. That's normal now. You have to accept that. But then again, it's your responsibility as a manager to set your team up to break things down.
The reason why I was shaking my head because I think last season you were anything but predictable. You only started to become predictable when you started having injuries in the back end of the season.
Yeah, so but look at how we played on the left side. When Zinchenko come in, the ball will go left. Martinelli. Then you got Saka, like you were saying.
Nah, but that was the end. You guys were killing every team at the beginning.
But do you know why he says predictable? Do you know why he says predictable? Because what every team tries to do is target Zinchenko and double up or triple up or have 4-man on Bukayo Saka. That's it, and then they snaffle off our attack. That's it. That's why we became predictable last season. This season, Arteta's trying to instill having maximum control of the game because now we're more defensively sound and we're good in both boxes. Yeah, you see how we defend our box even against you guys. When you have attackers approaching in our final third, we defend very well. We engage, and we got 2 center halves who are really one athletic, big, and strong in the air, and they can play ball. So defensively, we're very solid. We're sound. So that's the difference this season.
Anyway,
so
you guys, we
spoiled
you guys last year because we were giving you excellent football. So because this year we getting tight, and you guys are taking that for granted. We're going back to that way, bro.
Yeah.
Because if you want to win this league, you have to be sound in both boxes. You have to be defensive. You have to be solid in defensive.
You know what? You're gonna win the league. I have to jump on.
No, they're not saying. They're not gonna say that. They're not gonna win the league. They're not gonna. They're not gonna say.
Win the league.
No, I said.
No, they're not gonna say
to
that.
win this league, you have to be sound in both boxes.
I don't think you're sound offensively. I think you're okay defensively, but I don't think you're sound offensively.
Come on, man. Look at the amount of goals we've scored already.
Come on. Huh?
Look at the amount of goals we've been banging in now. And look at the chances.
Okay, apart from this game, the 4-0, it's 1-0 Everton. Who else did you play?
Fulham. Modu, come on, please, man. When Leicester City won the Premier League, how many 1-0 did they have in that season?
But Man City were not in the league back then. This is different.
When we won the Golden Premier League, when we won the Golden Premier League unbeaten season, you know how many 1-0s we accumulated that season?
But there was no Man City like this back then, so you could do that. You can afford to do that.
Yeah, we can afford to do this as long as you get the 3 points in the bag. That's all that matters. Okay. It doesn't matter if you win 1-0 or 2-0. The 3 points is what gets you the points on the table. And the table doesn't lie. We're playing a 38-game season. Yeah, so the table doesn't lie. It doesn't matter if you're predictable or if you're not sound offensively or defensively. Last season, we were the only team who came anywhere near Man City, and we're the only team that challenged. If it wasn't for us last season, the Premier League would have just been a one-horse race, and that would have been in the Prem.
In the Prem, no matter how you play, teams will find you out, and you have to adapt again.
I agree.
That's all right. That's why we adapted.
I agree with you, bro.
That's why we adapted. You lot tried. What happened to you lot? You tried the same trick that you tried last week. What happened?
We're on phase 2. You guys are on phase 5. Okay. Stop comparing us.
You got put to bed.
We're not on the same phases.
Here's the thing, yeah, because
you man got put in a split. You man got put in a split.
Yeah, you're contradicting yourself, innit? A lot. Yeah. So you're saying we haven't improved from last season. Yeah,
I didn't say that.
No, but that's in reality that's what you said in it. I'm talking about the North London derby, isn't it? Yeah. Whatever you said the score was. But the thing is, the guys realize we've been figured out. Last season, I feel like the reason it worked in the beginning of the season because most people didn't know how we were going to play. Yeah, near the end of the season, a lot of teams figured this out, and the manager knows that now. It's like, you know what, we're gonna adapt. Yeah, we've not been playing like we did last season, like free flowing, but we're controlling games even better.
Exactly.
Even more.
Exactly. Yeah? Teams are giving us more respect.
Yeah, people like that's where it is now, innit? From the beginning of the season, like teams have realized, you know what, we can't go against Arsenal toe-to-toe like PSV did yesterday and they got smashed. Yeah, we have to sit back and let them come at us. And the manager is like, he knew that ahead of time and he tried to play Partey right back to give us more control. And I'm not saying we're going to win the league, but we will come very close to it. And then for the prediction for the North London derby.
Yeah, go on. I was going to ask you, but go on.
Yeah, North London, Tottenham are good in it. Tottenham are playing very good football at the moment. But when was the last time they won at the Emirates? I feel like that will come in. 2008. Okay, that will come in. And also, like, I just feel like we'll have more control over the game rather than be free flowing and try to score like 4 or 5 goals and let it be like last season. I just
they said the same thing last season. Tottenham were unbeaten. Tottenham were good. Tottenham were going to finish above us. They said the same exact thing last season. We beat them home and away. We did the same thing last season. It's going to be no different this season.
To be honest, I'm more worried about United at home than Tottenham. To be honest, I'm not really worried about Tottenham's game.
The thing with the Tottenham game is like it's so close. You don't want to lose it. As an Arsenal fan, every Tottenham derby, I go in nervous. I'm like, oh shit, are we gonna lose this one? Are we gonna win this one? You understand? because of
Yeah,
like
because it's a derby. It's a derby.
It's a derby,
Derby
exactly.
games are like that. There is
I
no
like that,
form
exactly.
out
There's
of
emotion
you
involved.
take form out of derby because a derby game
Yeah.
can go anyway.
Yeah.
Regardless of who is playing well. Tottenham could have lost 5
But
games.
Man United
and they
don't know
come to the
about derby
Emirates and
games
give us a
anymore
game.
because it's only one way. It's one-way traffic. They don't know about derby games anymore. It's not even derbies anymore.
Bro,
If
anything,
yeah, you cannot rule it out
Man
like a
City
derby
more
game.
I
times
just
than
want to
you
ask you guys
you
a
have won
question.
it.
Arsenal fans. Can I ask you guys a question, quick?
Go on, mate.
Go on.
And it's
Like-
equal, by the way. It's 4 United fans and 4 Arsenal fans, I think.
No,
yeah?
yeah, just quick question. Like, don't you think it's a bit crazy? Tottenham are like your rival, like your biggest rivals. Like Tottenham,
They're not our biggest rivals.
But
Our biggest
you're
rival
only
is
as big
Man
as your
United.
enemy. You're only as big as your biggest enemy. You guys, it's Tottenham.
Bro,
Like,
no,
I want
we
you
all
guys.
know.
The thing is, United, City has been your rival since day dot. Yeah, they only
No, but
became relevant.
Liverpool have been our rivals since day dot.
No.
Day
City
dot.
has been your.
City used to play in League Two. Come on,
But
for
they
some
were
time.
still your rivals, even
Bro,
if
it
you
used
played.
to be. It was never.
No,
City.
it's Liverpool,
Come on, it
bro.
was never
used to
City,
consider
man.
City. It used to be Liverpool straight up.
It used to be
Yeah,
Liverpool. City came in after just of recent,
Bro, it
like
was
the
us,
past
man. Bro,
decade.
it was
So,
us.
you know what I mean?
It was
It was
Arsenal.
us, man. It was
You're
Arsene
trying to be
Wenger.
relevant. Arsenal was just in the
No. It was Liverpool, then
It was
Arsenal.
Arsenal for like 4
I
years,
don't
5
remember.
years.
I don't remember your
Late
rivalry
90s.
with Liverpool. I don't remember your rivalry with Liverpool. Anyway, I will remember your rivalry with Arsenal and maybe a little bit Leeds. That's it. I don't remember your rivalry with Liverpool.
Well, the Leeds one was just obvious, and the battle,
Yeah.
fight and everything. So,
But your City rivals are
Having
Manchester
Tottenham as
City.
rivals is crazy, way.
They're not. Tottenham are not our rivals.
Anyway,
They
let's
are.
move on to our prediction. Van, Bournemouth away to Brighton. I think that's what I said. Derby, is it?
Bournemouth away to Brighton.
Bournemouth.
Bro, you know the problem is right now, yeah? All these teams, I know Brighton are playing super football and everything and that.
Yeah,
all these lower teams that are playing in the Europa League and Conference League and that. You know, but Brighton just got beaten by Athens.
Yeah.
3-2. Home. Yeah. So you're gonna start seeing the effects.
tired.
You know what I mean? I think Brighton and Bournemouth is gonna be a surprise win for Bournemouth. 2-1.
Okay, Bibu.
Probably 1-1 draw.
1-1 draw. Ramen.
Bournemouth, Brighton. I think Brighton win. Who's at home? Brighton.
Brighton's at home.
Yeah, Brighton win. Bournemouth are not good enough to come through.
Yeah, Brighton 2-0 as well. I'm going for Brighton win.
I'm gonna go for Brighton 3-1.
Pumps.
Yeah, Brighton always bounce back after a loss, so Brighton. I remember when they beat Arsenal after a loss last season 3-0. Just saying.
Why do you have to bring Arsenal into this?
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
And we still finish above you, mate.
Hey, you know what?
They just lost to Brighton the other day.
He's gonna give me £50 end of the season. So I'm not.
You're gonna give me £50, bro. Who said you're gonna finish ahead of us? How do you know?
Okay, we'll see, man.
Right, let's see.
I think you're on par with Chelsea, you know. So be careful what you wish for, big man.
Fox, we can't hear you, man. Fox.
Hello?
Okay,
Fox is all over the place.
Fox just
no.
I saw Fox eating chakri. He's sleeping now.
Yeah, man. Hello?
He's sleeping. He just finished eating the full bowl of chakri.
We can hear you.
Boy, man, mange jinko de alka. Sobi. Why? Lala wasa. One more question.
Brighton at home.
Bournemouth.
Yeah, Brighton at
Definitely 2-1 for Brighton, boy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 2-1 for Brighton as well. The next one, Villa is going away to Stamford Bridge. Chelsea.
Hello?
Admos wants to do his preview for the
Villa.
Chelsea.
Villa is going away to Chelsea Sunday.
Bro, Villa's gonna beat Chelsea 3-1.
Bibu.
Chelsea can't even score.
1-0 to Chelsea. 1-0 to Chelsea.
1-0 to Chelsea.
Villa 0-0.
Okay.
Yeah, Villa are good at scoring, but I don't. Chelsea they're not giving you any goals at the moment, but they are good defensively.
Hey.
1-1.
Okay, Stanley.
I'm gonna go 2-0 Villa, man.
2-0 Villa. Pumps.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think Villa, man. I'll say 3-1.
Fox. Okay, more.
Fox is gone.
Chelsea Villa. Predictions.
You know what? Yeah.
Are you a Chelsea fan?
Yeah, I'm a Chelsea fan. I can't talk big Chelsea then, yeah. I didn't even jump on here to talk about Chelsea, bro. I don't even know, man.
Them guys are the
what are you saying?
Yeah, and I will be we're in the mud, but I'm hoping a 1-0 win. I'll take a 1-0. I said it before. I'll take a boring 1-0. I just want to win, man. I haven't seen my team win in such a long time, yeah. Like,
who's gonna score for you? Who's gonna score for you?
Jackson, man. I still have faith in Jackson. He's gonna come through. That guy, he just needs time in it. But our football is good though. Like, people don't count us out just because that we're not scoring. Chelsea, everyone can see what the problem is here. We've had it for over 3 years now. We play good football, we just can't score. We try striker after striker. I don't know. We're just cursed, man. I don't know. Since Drogba left, we just haven't been able to score goals in it. But I think Villa are good though, man. I can't even lie still.
I'll give you at least a hope. I'll give you a draw. I'll say 2-2 draw.
I'll go back my team. I think we'll win, but it will be a scrappy win. Probably 1-0 or 2-1. But yeah, we have to win anyway. We have to.
Are you looking at own goal or what? You're looking at own goal or what?
I'll take it either way. I'll take an own goal. I'll take a penalty. I'll take a scrappy. I don't care. I'll take a goal from anyone in the Chelsea team, man. I'll take it. Okay. The 3 points is more important. Yeah.
Okay. So the other one is West Ham versus Liverpool. Van.
West Ham and Liverpool. Is it home for Liverpool?
It's home to Liverpool, yeah.
I'll go 2-2.
2-2, okay. Dibu?
2-1 to West Ham.
2-1 to West Ham. Seni?
Yeah.
I can't even lie. I think Liverpool gonna win, man. They're firing at the moment. So I'm gonna go for a 2-0 win for Liverpool.
Yeah, Pumps.
I'll say Liverpool 3-1.
L?
3-0 Liverpool.
People like
2-2.
More.
Yeah, Liverpool will win, man. I think 3-1.
3-1. Fox.
Yeah, Liverpool all the way out. 3-1.
But I'm gonna give West Ham a chance. I think West Ham will nick it 1-0.
Did you guys give your prediction for Arsenal Tottenham?
Yeah, come on, give us one. Yeah, we did already. Give us one. Give us yours.
Yeah, I think Tottenham would win, and I'm not just saying that for banter purpose, yeah. But I just think Arsenal fans here, you lot are just talking with too much chest right now. Let's not forget, yeah. Like,
we have the right to talk with chest because
let him land. He's landing. Let him land, please.
Let me land.
Deservedly so.
Just let me land. You had one title challenge, and I can't even call it a title challenge, really, because you were there with City and you just fell off. So let's not forget, you finished eighth twice, yeah. And
so if that wasn't a title challenge, what was it then?
No, you had a good start, but you're talking like you're the only team there. I wouldn't count Liverpool out. I still think they will be in.
What was that called in last season? If it wasn't a title challenge.
I mean, it was a close race to a point, and then City just pulled away.
It was a ball job. That's what it was.
You didn't take it to the last day.
You had one. Yeah, you had one job. You had one job to win one game.
Why was he talking about the FA Cup? It's a final.
You had one job. You had one job, one game.
38 games.
You had one game.
What you had was cute. That's what I was saying. It was cute with City, but they just showed you levels. And let's not disrespect City as well, because they still got Haaland. They're still the best team in the league. So Arsenal, to me, you don't have the pedigree to basically challenge a team like City. I see when I look at Arsenal, and this has been genuine, yeah. I'm not even like trying to hate in it, yeah. But you struggle to beat teams. Not what did you play last week? Was it it's not I forgot the team, yeah.
Everton.
That goal, you struggle to beat Everton. Yeah, even though you were dominated.
You couldn't beat Bournemouth.
This is how you know. This is how you know. This is how you know. This is how you know how people analyze football just by scoring or actually playing ball. We did not struggle to beat Everton. We did not struggle to beat Everton in any way, shape, or form. If anything,
I've seen good football with no goals. That's what I'm saying. I don't care about the good football. All what matters is the goals and winning the game. No one cares about your beautiful football if you can't put the ball in the back of the net. You were lucky against Everton.
This is a guy.
So are you gonna say City struggle?
This is a guy that came on and said he will be happy to beat Villa by 1-0 to 0, and this the same guy is talking about we struggle to beat Everton. You want to talk to him about that?
Yeah, but he's got a point. He's got a point where he says that no one cares about this beautiful football you're playing. It's all about results.
Let me tell you one thing.
If you're not bringing results, it doesn't matter. You guys
let me tell you one thing. We beat Man United 3-1 year, and that was more of a struggle than we had against Everton.
Yeah, this is my question.
That was you won United by mistakes.
Give me a second.
You won United by mistakes. United switched up, and then you're gonna call that game. You're gonna base on that game. Oh yeah, we beat United. If you look at how you played against United, United just lost it. Just lost the point, and that's when you punish them.
No, just listen to what I'm saying. He said that we struggled against Everton. Yeah, I'm saying right now we struggled more against Man United than we did against Everton because we had total control. At Everton, we had total control of the game. Everton were never going to score at any given moment.
Total control doesn't mean you win the game. Total control
against Man United, against Man United, they came to counter-attack us. They had chances that they could have put away and beat us. So that game was more of a struggle than Everton. So if you're coming here, you're telling me we struggled to beat struggled to beat Everton.
But here's the thing. This is why I said it. Yeah? This is why I said
you don't understand. No.
In the Premier, more teams are going to play like Everton than United that will just come at you or just just try to play out against you. Like even Tottenham. Like more teams are going to sit back against you. Arsenal cannot break teams down. I mean, previously you can't break teams down. Now you struggle to break teams. You still struggle to break teams down. Scoring 1 goal against Everton, that was lucky. On another day, it could have easily been a draw. Like you go against, I wouldn't say Burnley, but I could say Forest teams lower down the table will sit back against you. And what I don't see with Arsenal is getting that goal to break these teams down. I can see that with City. City don't matter whoever they play against.
What about City? What about City? They drew 1-0 with Forest. And then Brentford beat them 1-0 at the Etihad.
We're not going to talk about City's pedigree here. So we know City can do it against whichever team.
Let me just tell you one thing. This is football we're talking about, yeah? Football, yes. Goals win you games, yes, yeah? But to analyze that game,
it doesn't matter if it's 1-0 or 2-0 or 3-0.
A team struggled when they have overall control of that game is incorrect. You can't say that, big man, unfortunately, because
no, this is why I can say it because I've seen my team dominate and get all of these possessions. Possession don't mean nothing. Like you can have all the possession you want.
Big man, listen to
Mourinho football. I know what it's like to sit back, get a boring 1-0 and win the league. I know all about this. And guess what? All that matters is getting the trophy at the end of the day. That's all you want. So
let me explain something to you. It's not about ball possession. It's not about ball possession. It's about the XG. It's about the XG. Yeah?
Oh my
chances
God!
Created. Yeah. Just listen to what I'm saying. It's about the XG. Yeah. Chances created, and stopping the opposition from having any chances to create themselves. That's what made it for me a more dominant sort of like performance against Man United, because we didn't have that total control against Man United. There were times that the filter change over onto Man United. Whereas with Everton, it was from minute 1 to minute 94. They were never going to score. We had every single control in every single department. That's why I say to you, just because we had more possession, don't mean that we controlled it in that sense.
And also,
it's about defending both. It's about being good in both.
Also, I feel like this is one of the reasons like we can speak with chess, because it took me a long time last season to believe like we're even competing for the title. Yeah. And then now the thing is like even the first 5 games, Modu's smiling because he knows why. For the first 5 games, the first 5 games this season, I was like, I can't fall into the trap of last season and believe already. Yeah. But what it is like, I was telling most the other day, the coach is making us believe. Yeah. As much as we're here talking about our players need to become world class, we need to control games. I feel like Arteta is also showing that he's going to the next level as a coach. He wants to be a world class.
Lamin, these Chelsea fans, they're not gonna get it because they got Todd Bowley. Man's American. He don't know about ball. These men don't know about football. You get me? So you let them talk about ball possession. That's what they do.
Hey, Moody. So when you put the Champions League on the table,
you can line them up here. You can line them up and put.
Hey, bring your Champions League medals out.
Put the Champions League on the table.
Put the Champions League medals. Bring it. If you got a Champions League medal, facts.
We need to go to work. I'm sure all of us.
These men got Todd Bowley, so Todd Bowley's corrupted their man when it comes to football.
It's not about Todd Bowley. It's all about Roman here. Roman Abramovich, bro. That's who we rock with.
Yeah, well, listen, now we're gonna do the last final predictions and then we're off here because tomorrow everyone needs to wake up early morning, you know. I'm sure. So we'll do the last one. Newcastle versus Southampton.
No, Sheffield United.
Yeah.
Sheffield.
Inside Sheffield.
I say Newcastle. Just about.
Newcastle. Okay.
Yes.
Larry.
I think 1-1 because Sheffield United were good against Tottenham last weekend and they got a bit unlucky in the end. So I say Newcastle 1-1. Newcastle are good.
Pumps, how to call it?
I go for 1-1 as well. I think Sheffield will do well at home. Newcastle are a very difficult team to play against, but I think it will be a mean scoreline 1-1.
Or 1-0 or something, yeah.
Yeah, they need to win after getting a goal. Fox.
2-2.
I'll go for 2-1 Newcastle. Bibu, Newcastle son, how to call it? Sheffield. I was gonna say Sunderland.
Well, Alka.
Abibu.
2-0 to Newcastle.
Okay. Now, finally, I have 2 questions here. 2 questions to go here before we, end this trip. N'Golo Kante on his prime or Rodri? Who would you have in your
Kante?
Both of them will have prime.
Kante any day. Kante any
Well,
day.
Bunyu Yabwai. Lo torale melantan ak gainde.
Rodri for me, man.
All right, you're right.
You're drugs.
It's a tough
Rodri all day for me, man.
Nah, it's not. It's really not a tough one, man.
It's a tough one. You know what? It's like it depends. If you talk about like
which one you want and then we move on.
Rodri for me, man.
Huh? Rodri, okay. Ibrahim?
I don't know.
It's a very tough one, man. To be honest.
Boy,
they're 2 different players, man. Rodri is more like an outlet player that can hit the ball.
But who's gonna
do none of that? But he will work hard.
Kilometers miles like Kante there now.
It's a tough one.
But
it depends on what type of system you're gonna play. Any one of them ahead of.
No, they say during their prime. They don't say now. They said during their prime. During his prime. Yeah, they don't say now.
No, but I'll go for it. I get why it's a difficult question because hang on, this is Kante, yeah. Kante was doing it in a defensive team. Rodri is doing it in an attacking team, so he doesn't have to defend as much as
Rodri was doing it in a defensive team as well. Atletico Madrid.
Yeah, it was really
remember?
Yeah.
Remember?
Okay.
Diego Simeone is one of the most difficult teams to beat.
Here's my question: I know we will never know, but if Rodri was in that Leicester City team, do you think they still would have won the league?
I don't
instead of
think so.
Kante?
No.
All right.
No.
That's why I said they're two different type of players. And it depends what type of system you're gonna play to have any one of them.
Thierry Henry and Karim Benzema, both of them on their prime. Who would you take?
Thierry Henry, man, come on.
But you fam.
Thierry Henry is the best.
Some unnecessary debate here, man. Thierry Henry, bro. Thierry Henry, you know.
I have a question. You see this Thierry Henry best player in the Prem, is that always going to be a thing? Or is that going to be challenged at some point?
Thierry Henry, is the best player to ever grace the Premier League.
Thierry Henry is not the best player ever in the Prem, man.
Boy, Thierry, sometimes you support your
come on, man.
I don't know.
He's one of the best players to be in this league, man. He's one of the best players.
Top 5. He's top 5 though, but he's not the best.
He's one of the best players to play. One of the
best players. He's not the best though.
So who's the best? Who's the best then?
That's the thing. You can't. I think it's hard to say. It's hard, bro.
I think Henry showed levels, man. His levels are getting
above
anyone.
Bro,
I can see
like Pamodu said.
Chelsea fans can come and say, "Oh,
Chelsea can say, yeah."
Let me tell you. You see, all the defenders tell you now. Thierry Henry, was the deadliest striker they've ever come across in the Premier League. All the defenders who played in that era, and then you have someone like Ronaldo. I know you Man United fans are thinking Ronaldo.
No, he didn't stay here long.
Cole had him on lock.
No United fan will come and say Ronaldo because he didn't stay long. So if he was like,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He's in the equation. Ronaldo is one of the best players. It doesn't matter. Look at the man he left at United.
Ashley Cole had Ronaldo.
He wasn't a passer.
You might as well ask each person who's the best player they've seen in the Prem. Like, I think that's fair. Like, why don't you ask each person individually so we can just do it like that? We're gonna agree.
This Chelsea fan, them are gonna say Mudryk, fam. Leave it, man. Come on.
Don't sleep on Mudryk.
Bro, I would say Wayne Rooney. Yeah, you guys know him. Wayne Rooney.
Wayne Rooney.
I know you rate him, saying.
Let me tell you, the only Man United player
good night, guys.
ever rate.
So you don't rate
last video.
Paul Scholes is the only Man United player I will ever rate and ever like. That's it. Apart from that,
time we score, we let somebody else score at the other end. Fucking idiot. Absolute jokers.
That is bad, man.
With God knows on. Absolutely terrible.
Don't close your session with this.
Concrete
wine.
Bags of cement. In fact, worse than that. Slower. Switched off. Concentrate.
Boy, next week, man, yo, my boy. I'll get a fire battle, boy.
Like a dead sloth.
Boy,
His last meal was a concrete pancake. So
well, I think Solskjaer was
so
better, man.
fucking.
Bibu, ya nga gis ndo bi num ñoo defé.
So that's better.
No, that happens. I can you never get nyawal sometimes.
Bu lay man ma nga ñaan Arsenal mo lose fi boy. Arsenal suñu yaké fi
No, guy di man mota man wori mo de. Ma ngi bay gay. Arsenal yakamti wala. Arsenal.
Yow nga xamné Bibu daf lay nekk di ataaya di xaar di sétan Arsenal. Bibu Arsenal fan la de. Bibu Arsenal game yëpp la di sétan. Ki Arsenal game yëpp la di
boy man chagri la lekk ni boy ma ngi hala cenge boy dose boy moti ya ngi bu ga dem boy chagri la man boy dem take boy
sa boy bi di sétan Arsenal de. Every Arsenal game daf ko di sétan starting to end.
Bibu non la man sa nek na do du gaay setan gaay man ma ngi xare bu gaay ñaaka ngeen ñaaka jaga
but Seni, on a serious note, I think your team, if you have two injuries, you have 2 injuries like Rice, Saka, you fucked.
Don't worry, we got squad.
Odegaard.
Let me tell you one thing.
Huh?
Mr. Rice, if Rice is injured, if Rice is injured and we've got Thomas Partey playing, we're good.
He won't be fit. He won't be fit. Thomas Partey is like Casemiro.
If Saka's injured now, we can play Gabriel Jesus in that position, and then you have Kai Havertz or Trossard even who can play the number 9.
How you guys believe in Kai Havertz?
No, Kai Havertz, yeah, he's gonna come on. He's warming up. Understand that? Kai Havertz, remember
what's the point of you buying this guy, Jovini?
I'm backing him. I'm backing him. Jorginho, yeah, he's got the experience and he's a controller. He's not the same as Pirlo.
I agree. He's even doing well. He's a star.
He knows
how to read the game. Yeah, he knows how to read the game.
He got the know-how. Understand?
Yeah, I agree.
But Kai Havertz will get there. Trust me.
Yeah, Sally. And then, guys, thank you so much for attending the show. We're gonna have our podcast. We're gonna try and get another podcast on Tuesday. Then we have Tuesday and Thursday. Then we can talk about more because it seems like everybody's got a lot of things to talk about, So we'll do Tuesday and Wednesday. So anybody's available, Tuesday podcast, we'll do that we'll do that one early, maybe 7 or 8. Do it like 1 hour, and then Thursday we'll have our podcast again because it looks like we got bare people coming. But thank you so much, guys. Please make sure you subscribe, comment, like, share as well. Let's make sure we share the videos, guys, as well. Thank you so much.
Who are you advising to subscribe and comment? If we are we are already doing that.
Thanks guys for having me.
Get in a box, mate. Get in a box.
You silly.
All right, man.
All right, thanks, man.
I love it.
Tuesday.